NANI?!
Welcome back, guys. Today I'll be doing my low budget Barehand tank build. This build has been highly requested. It's seen as that you can tank every boss in Torams as long as you got the right items and know how to use it. I've also created a Discord server which you guys can get information about Toram and tips and all of that stuff, so stick around for those details. Now let's get into the build. Starting off, we got the stats. This is the best stat for the build at the moment. It gives you the 50%, all of that stuff, good HP. So this is the best stat for the build that we'll be going over. As you can see here, you do indeed have 10k attack speed when you have up that quick aura and the berserk buff, which equals to 50% motion speed. So that's good for this tank. For the star gems, the only important star gem that we need right here is the reflex level 1 and holy fist level 1 maybe. The holy fist, you could switch that up with a different skill, but that's the one that I use, so you'll probably need this. It's just like 100k for the level 1 holy fist and the reflex level 1, so they're all very cheap. So the most important are the reflex and the holy fist. Everything else, you don't really need it all that much, but it is additional stuff, but you don't really need it, just the reflex and the holy fist. Now the Registlet, on the other hand, they're very important. Some players, they don't really farm the Registlet that much, but it is a very good mechanic that was added to the game. So these are the Registlet that I'm running. They're pretty decent, but this, you'll definitely need this to get that buff from the Shisui. Next, you'll need the shell break enhancer. This gives you a 25% chance to get a shell break. This is possibly your main way of regaining MP, so ensure that you have this Registlet if you want to get that shell break. Now just let the skills play out so you know what skills I'm running. It's the same skills from the last build, so I'll just let it play out for you guys. Okay, so these are the equipment that we're currently running. It's a one slot build, as you can see. We're we're running a pretty decent armor for the tank. For the Barehand tank, you needed to be light armor so you can die. Also that attack speed bonus and the aggro and everything. So this is the armor that we're running. It's really good. It gives you a little bit of MP and AMPR. This is the additional armor that we're running. You need to have that 20% ailment res and that crit rate. You also get a good amount of AMPR from the X though. It's pretty cheap at the moment. It was quite expensive, but now it's kind of cheap. For the ring, we're running the Dark Fighters Bangle. For the aggro and the MP, we also got the crystal, which gives us 2k HP. Once you have at least 20k HP, you should be good. For the avatars, nothing special on these avatars. I only use them for the looks. As you know, I don't really do the avatar stats like that, but it's a good thing to have if you want that. So this is the build. It's a pretty easy one slot build to farm, so it's good if you want to tank bosses. It can tank every boss in Toram because the Barehand tank is really good. These are the buffs that I'm running. Is the buff that I run for almost all of my characters. You can still tank and hold aggro without the tank buffs, the physical def and aggro. So these are the buffs. Now I'm going to show you guys how to use the Barehand tank, as I realized that not a lot of people know how it works. So I'll show you how it works in this video. So with this first hit, what happened was I didn't have my buffs. So with the Barehand tank, you have got to have your key charges up and also that internal elixir. Once you get those two buffs up, you can really just sit back and relax and keep maintaining your key charges. So that's how it works. You can use this heal to heal yourself to gain back your HP, but in most cases you can dodge the first couple hits of the boss and then buff up, or you can stun it, which works great too. But once you get those two buffs up, you really got nothing to worry about except just maintaining your key stacks. All you got to do is keep it up and it'll reduce the damage. You also get that constant healing from the internal elixir, so your HP will most likely always be at 100%. Now this, I also could just stand there, but as a tank you really wouldn't stand in that. I'm just showing you guys that I could stand there if I wanted to, so that is good. But there are some attacks though that will make you take a lot of damage, so you got to know the boss mechanics. But in most cases there's not a lot of bosses that have such attacks, so it's nothing to worry about. And once you know what attack that is, you really just gotta dodge it or something. You don't really gotta worry about it, so it's good. So here you can see the equipment that I'm running. As I showed you, it's really easy to tank with this build. All you gotta know is that you gotta keep your key stacks up, and that's it. You just gotta know which attacks on certain bosses. And as I said, there's not a lot of bosses in Toram which does that, but there are like maybe a handful of them, so it's really easy to tank every boss in Toram. And for those of you who want to join my Discord, the link will be in the description. Also, I'm still recruiting guild members for guild raids and guild events, so if you'd like to join our guild, please text me or Mr. Recruiter on Discord. Those will be in the description as well. I'm just gonna let this clip play out so you guys can see that it holds aggro really well. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you find it helpful, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed already, be sure to hit that subscribe button right now. I do mostly builds on this channel, so if you need a build, just let me know in the comment section and I will try to get it done. If you're new to the channel, be sure to check out my Toram Online playlist, and I'll catch you in the next one.